Alright everyone, strap yourselves in, we're gonna be here for a while. So last video I was talking about Algebra 1B, now we're going to Algebra 1A, aka a teacher's worst nightmare. Best thing was, Algebra was my 7th period, so yeah, great class to end the day with. Even better with the fact that the noise level in that class was about louder than a daycare. So yeah, we have a lot to unfold. We'll just leave animating Jake to say what he wants to say about this animation work that he has to do. Hi, animating Jake here. I want to die. Alright, a lot of people are going to be featured in this video. Holy crap. Alright, let's go. So, we have Dill, Lorandon, Dawn, Bayana, Salami, Ree, Payton, Brant, and Deli, and the teacher Mr. Turkey. All of these names are no way similar to their actual names, and I completely made them up. So it's the first day, I head to class, I head into 7th period, and almost immediately on the speaker we hear, "Alright, so Mother Nature decided to go against us today. There is a very bad storm outside. This is not a drill. We're all gonna die." Well, we were in the middle of the building, so we were fine. And if I were to describe a majority of the students there, it would be loud. Very loud. But unfortunately, this time it wasn't a flipped classroom. Well, then again, I did not know what a flipped classroom was, so we're good. But one of the upsides was that Mr. Turkey had a homework policy where you have 2 days to complete the homework and not just immediately. So immediately Mr. Turkey's one of my favorite teachers. Wow, this is going to be really easy. The units are really understandable and the students are loud, but I bet it won't get ridiculous or escalate. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. You're screwed. What? Why? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Don't worry. Just come back to me when you can't comprehend anything that the units are saying, and when the students start to get much more louder, and when computers are out. So yeah, back to the loud part. The second day we already had the teacher kind of yell at us for being too loud, so yeah, that's great. And the main reason for why it was being so loud was probably Dawn. Because whenever he was in class, it was always seeming to be the loudest. It was sort of a chain reaction too as well, because he, Dill, and Brant and Lorandon would sometimes get a bit loud. Lorandon wasn't the loudest out of them all. And then Bayana, Salami, and Ree would sometimes tell the other people to be quiet very loudly as well.
Hey, just a thought. If you want some people to shut the frick up, I think you have to shut the frick up, especially when the teacher here is talking and trying to get us to understand crap as well. Just a thought.
But yeah, later down the line, by about like the second week of school, we already had a seating chart, and around almost nothing changed. And eventually, a few weeks later, we were assigned in-row seating. So no more groups, just sitting in our own little island, as what Mr. Turkey says. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the other classes before 7th period wanted to kill us all. Hey, don't worry about me. I cover my ears for about almost the entire class period. Don't worry about me. There's other people you don't need to worry about, but do whatever murder whoever you want to murder. But Mr. Turkey made a redemption system. If we could shut our traps for about 10 days, we could go back into groups. So I guess you know how well that went. But before I go on, let me just mention the term 10 days in a row. Keep that term, alright? So we managed to do good for about 2 or 5 days. I don't know how much credit I'm giving some of those students in that class. And honestly, I was hoping we would stay in rows for as long as possible, because who wants to deal with people? So yeah, we get 2 to 5 days of being quiet, and mainly because Dawn was absent for about those 2 to 5 days. Now, before I explain what happened next, here's a bit of a review. Hello everyone, this is Math 101 with professional idiot Jake Fletch. So, let's learn something. The The term in a row basically means consistently doing something multiple times without pause. Like, for example, I've stuttered and cracked up this script about 25 times in a row without stopping. And I interrupted it by actually saying the script correctly. Pretty simple, right? Well, apparently it's too hard to comprehend to some of us! Alright, here's what happened. Mr. Turkey goes to erase the days, and immediately, Bayana goes, Mr. Turkey, you can't do that. What? Why not? We just did all of those days, and you're supposed to just not count this day. What? So it was just a back and forth between Bayana and I think Salami and Ree, until eventually Mr. Turkey had to explain what 10 days in a freaking row means! And they still didn't get it! Oh my gosh! Holy crap! I don't have a brain. It's just a tumor where the brain's supposed to be because it's just to get rid of any empty space. I know what 10 days in a row means. How do you not know? What grade did you skip? Oh, anyway, to keep a long story short, because I'm about like on my third page of the script, basically, we get 10 days in a row, and we get our seats back. Immediately, we went back to a seating chart. A few days later, a 2-hour delay happens. I was just eager to go home. We could sit wherever we wanted, and we did not have to really worry about being quiet, so that stress is knocked off. I will say it was a quite eventful final period for a 2-hour delay. For a bit of backstory, Deli kind of uses VPNs on his school laptop, which, in case if you didn't know, could get you suspended or expelled. And someone must have reported him to the computer specialist because the computer specialist came into the class and demanded Deli to give her his laptop. And they argued for a good while, so it took up about like all of passing period while I was there. Well, this is an interesting 7th period. And then Deli was just ranting to me and this other guy about how this person put a VPN in his computer. He did not mean to have it in his computer, all that. But then again, he was playing People Playground about like a few days after, and other games that requires a VPN a few days before. And for that People Playground thing, I know, because in order to get that game, it's a game off of Steam, which requires a VPN. And if you do not know what People Playground is, here's a bit of what it is. Whoa, where am I? I just get spawned into this random place. What is this? Where am I?
Escape the kind engine and mind fun.
So yeah, that story was totally believable. I wish I could have said more stories, but I am past my 8-minute mark, so see you guys in the next video. Alright, yeah, part 2 is going to be coming out soon. There'll be more stories about it, and yeah, this was a huge class. This was a very eventful one. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna have fun animating this. Oh boy.